In the first segment, we have established that Rashi parts company from the Gemara in Sanhedrin, in that from the standpoint of the Gemara in Sanhedrin, we ask and respond to the what question, what specifically from the 13 Midot HaRachamim motivated Moshe to bow, whereas Rashi, according to the Rebbe in the SICHAH, is addressing the why question. Why did Moshe bow with such haste, as testified by the Chumash, Vayemaher Moshe? To which Rashi responds that it was the Shechina Overet, and upon hearing the Kol HaKriya, the actual Yud Gimel Midot HaRachamim. Having made the distinction, the Rebbe in the SICHAH raises a set of 5 further questions. The first of which challenges the validity of the implied question, arguing that the fact that Vayemaher Moshe hastily bowed from the very outset is not problematic. Expressed differently, the statement informing us that Vayemaher Moshe is consistent with what Moshe should have done in his dealings with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and therefore a response to the question why he bowed with such haste is totally unnecessary. The basis for this assertion comes from 2 directions. Firstly, from Avraham Avinu, and secondly, from an event which is recorded in Shmot Perek Daled. First, the incident involving Avraham. We are told that following the Brit Milah, 3 Malachim approach Avraham. Avram rushes out to invite them into his tent. They agree to remain for a meal, at which point in time Avraham rushes over to Sarah, in the words of the Chumash, Vayemaher Avraham ha'ohela el Sarah, and asks her to mahari, hastily prepare ugot. In Pasuk 7 we are then told that El habakar ratz Avraham. Avraham rushes over to the herds, selects one of the animals, handing it over to one of his sons, to Vayemaher la'asot oto, which is understood to mean that they were to shecht the animal and prepare the meat. Notice the emphasis on haste, Vayemaher, mahari, ratz, and once again Vayemaher. The concept of zrizut, fulfilling a request as quickly as possible, is body language that expresses an importance or significance to that request. If after a request is made one hems and haws that and drags one's feet, then we have the body language of doing it, but doing it under duress. Similarly, in Bereshit 22, after God's request of Avraham to bring his son Yitzchak to Har HaMoriah, we are told that Vayashkem Avraham baboker, he rose up very early in the morning to fulfill the command that God had given to him the previous night. So therefore, as far back as Chumash Bereshit, we have established the concept of Zrizut, and it would be fair to assume that whatever it was that Moshe was hoping to accomplish with the body language of bowing, whether it was an expression of thanks or an expression of submission and acceptance, it would have been done bizrizut, with a degree of haste. As such, the fact that Vayemaher Moshe, that the bowing of Moshe was done in haste, in theory, should not be problematic. He was merely doing what was expected of him, demonstration of willingness and importance. As such, an explanation for the Vayemaher Moshe is totally unnecessary.